everybody. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to be here again. I know I kind of left you hanging. I took a little bit of an unexpected break for about a week. I just needed to kind of get my legs under me. I started back to school. It might have actually been a 2-week break. I can't remember. It feels like the time is like flying by right now. So yeah, back to school, back to work, trying to figure out plans for my kids for school, which I'll talk about during this plan with me. But I think I'm gonna go a little old school. I think for every season I need squad girls. I stinking love them. And I was flipping through this one. I think this is like the newer of the squad girls. And this pink and brown, like, oh my gosh, the girl on the bike. She reminds me so much of myself right now. I am obsessed. I love it. I'm obsessed. So we're gonna do Squad Girls Fall Pumpkin Spice Everything. Yes, please. And I actually have like a pretty busy schedule to put in my planner. So I mean, this week it's getting crazy already. It's getting crazy. And then I also pulled out, so this sticker book came from a Joann's like value pack. It was like a box set and it just has some like functional things in different colors. So I pulled out this, and then I also pulled out one of my faves, All in a Season, for again, some functional things to kind of match this, because it looks like while I have quite a few, you know, decorative elements and that kind of thing left for fall, for this fall palette, I have exhausted a lot of my functional things are gone. But again, I'm trying to kind of work with the colors on here. Okay, so here's the real tea, you guys, before we start. I saw some of the happy planners that are coming out, and there is, I think, a neutral dashboard line, and I didn't see them all. So I saw some previews on, I think the website is called Washi Gang, and they are an international retailer. I can't remember where they are from, like where internationally they are at, but they are an international retailer. And from how I understand it, the international retailers don't get all of the product. And so I saw some of it, but I did not see my perfect planner. I didn't see a neutral seasonal dashboard. So what I have is I have the Spoonful of Faith planner, or I can stick with this one for my main planner. I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do. Obviously I haven't seen the full release, so maybe something else will pop out that I absolutely have to have that works well for me for a main planner. I don't know. And then okay, so I'm having some issues with my social media planner. I don't know, this is me changing my mind about everything. I don't know if dashboard is working for me for social media, mostly because of the left side. I don't feel like I have enough stuff that I want to necessarily track there. I definitely occasionally check in on like subscriber count and watch count and Instagram followers and that kind of thing. But like for me, the real goodness of social media is the connection with my friends, like having this connection, having this time to talk to you all, making this content, editing the video, like that's like the real reason why I'm here. Like the few pennies that I get on ad revenue and, you know, sponsorships are fun, but really like the connection is what I'm here for. So I try not to get like too wrapped up in the numbers. Obviously it's cool when you hit a milestone. You know, I'm about to hit 30,000 friends and I can't even believe that is going to happen. And it's really cool when you go shop through my affiliate links and all of that good stuff. I am really here for the connection. So long story short, I don't know if I have enough to track on there. So I'm thinking about maybe going to a teacher layout. I don't know, y'all. Maybe even a color block layout. Who knows? Who knows what's happening in my planner right now. For this month in September, because I've already pulled in my neutral dashboard from that like Stephanie's Favorites planner in here, and I am using it. I'm gonna hang in there for September because I hate changing a planner mid-month. I absolutely hate it. I hate having blank weeks. It drives me bonkers. So anyway, longest intro ever. We're doing Squad Girls and I'm thrilled about it. I'm also kind of like reworking what I want to do with my dashboard planner. I don't know, does that sound totally crazy? Like, I don't know if these are the categories that I want to track on here anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I need all of these. I definitely don't need calls and emails. Bills to pay some weeks works for me, but I need one of these to be like a to-do. And then last week, what I did was one of them was like a journaling space, and I really liked having that on there. So I'm gonna try some different things. I still really like this down here that I have where I have like my preview for next week. I love having a to-do list. Honestly, I wish Happy Planner would just go ahead and give us the dashboard, or not the dashboard, the homebody dashboard without like the homebody color palette. Like just switch this all to the homebody layout with the, and so that one has like the long checklist on this side, and then I think 2 boxes over here, and then maybe like a shortened version of this box. A long checklist right here would be absolutely perfect. And of course I could make that, and I have made that before, but having that already pre-made in a layout would be perfect. So let's just go ahead and get started. And speaking of making a long checklist, in this book, they have these long checklists. I think I'm going to use this all the things checklist, or I guess it's not a checklist, but it's going to be my to-do space. So, okay, and these things are so tricky for me. Every time I can never lay these down correctly. Never. It always ends up crooked. I kind of hate it when things are crooked in my planner, but like sometimes I just have to deal. Sometimes we just have to kind of go with it. And that, okay, that is like a miracle. Maybe it was just in the, I was gonna say virtual, in the vertical layout. Maybe that's where I was having trouble. Okay, and what did I want to do here? Okay, so there was also like a box over here. Those 2 girls with the bikes. I'm also gonna try, it doesn't really matter to me about writing down meals because I have a meal plan section over here. So I like almost have to write it twice. And I feel like I've said the word like about 1,000,000 times already in this video. I think I'm out of practice. I am 100% out of practice. Also, another announcement. Here we go. It's just announcement time right here. Leanne and I are back over on the Spice Chaos podcast. So if you listen to us over there, we dropped an episode today. So when you're seeing this video, and it turned out so good. It was like our 100th episode celebration. It was so fun to make. Thank you to all of you who sent in your sweet voice memos to us. That was so nice. It was so kind. And it was just, it feels so good to be back over there. And I figured since we have an episode going live over there today, I should have a video that goes live here so we can just do the things. And I've honestly been missing this channel. Anytime I take an absence, anytime we're apart, I always feel a little, I don't know, I feel like I'm not quite whole, you guys. I'm not quite 100% me. Yeah, so I've been missing this channel. I've been missing like doing YouTube stuff, but there just wasn't enough time on the day. And well, I guess there was, but I just needed to, I guess, process. I don't know what it is, but anytime I go back to work or I have a transition or something, I don't know, it's tough for me. So I kind of disappear for a little while. I hope to kind of remedy that. I don't love that quality about myself. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. So let me know down in the comments below also how you guys have been doing. How has been the start to school for you and your kids, or just you, or just your kids, and all of that. How are you? How are you doing? Okay, so on that transition, now that you've shared with me a little bit about your kids and what's going on, I feel like I need to share. I need to do some sharing. So this is not me like judging anybody's choice for their family or anything like that. I'm just going to share with you what is the right choice for our family. Here's the sitch. Okay, so several of my friends in other states have told me even schools that are having mask mandates, because of what's happening outside of school, kids are still getting COVID. I kind of anticipated that to happen. And the more that happened, the more that I heard about that from schools that started before ours, the more nervous that I became. My 13-year-old has been expressing some like basically intense anxiety about going back to school. And I mean, I guess part of that is natural. Like we are all gonna be a little bit, I don't know, just a little weird about going back to school. It's gonna be hard, but I think for her, it was honestly like more than that. It was like she was asking me to do more to protect her. At that moment, I decided that, and with my husband actually, of course it was not just like my decision, but I decided that she is going to be doing virtual school also this year. And that was a really tough decision because I also feel very strongly that she is desperately craving some social interaction, like desperately craving that, which makes the whole thing like even harder. So I don't know what the right choice is. I don't even know if we made the right choice. I don't even know which way is up right now as far as like parenting through a pandemic. I feel like I'm just kind of doing the best that I can. And I know for certain that there are things that when she's home, that we know what's going on. Like we know where she's going. We can say, sure, you can go here, or no, there's too many people. Or you've got to back up when that kid has their mask off. But when she's at school, I know teachers are going to get tired, and I don't blame them like for not having the energy to every 5 seconds tell kids to pull up their masks. I really do not blame them. But with having an unvaccinated kiddo at home, with the breakthrough cases, with me having chronic lung disease, so I'm an asthma person just in general, the risk for me is not worth it. And it was more worth it when we were seeing cases declining and we didn't see very many breakthrough cases in the vaccine and that kind of thing. And maybe that'll change when people get their boosters. I don't know. None of us really know what that's going to look like either. So I'm hopeful that after semester 1, so after Harrison is vaccinated, that we might be able to give it a shot of having them both in person in school. We're also looking at going outside of our district to schools that have smaller class sizes. So maybe for Harrison that looks like a Montessori, or maybe that might look like private school, which is kind of rough. We're just like considering all the things. Like that would be hard to take. That would be hard to take Delilah away from her friends. Although, so she transitioned at the end of 5th grade from the school that she had been in K through 5. And so in 6th grade was her first year at this middle school. She was only at that middle school for a couple of months. And she is the kind of kid that takes a little bit to warm up. So I don't know how many, like she really doesn't have very many friends that she's like, oh yeah, call this friend for me. I don't really honestly know any of the parents at her school. I don't know like how many connections she has at that school, how special it is to her, or if she's just thinking that the transition will be hard, which is also totally valid. But there's just a lot, there's a lot going on for us right now and it's tough. So I hope that you all are, I don't know, like I hope that everyone is doing okay, I guess, with their decisions. And I don't know, like if anyone is having as hard of a time as we are, like I just send in all my thoughts and prayers, I suppose, because that's all I can do right now. That's the thing about this whole thing, is that I just generally feel powerless. Like I feel like none of it feels good. And I'm a person that like is big on like vibes and energy, and I don't know, man, none of these vibes and energy are feeling very good for me at all. Anyway, that's where we're at with that. Again, none of it feels good. I don't like want to talk about it any more than I have to. And I feel like every time I come on here, I'm like, oh, let's have a COVID chat. Like, and I'm sure you guys are sick of it, but that's what's going on in our life right now. And this is like my chatty space, I guess. So you guys get to hear me vent about COVID. And then the other thing is like, I'm also hearing my friends who live in states who schools are not masking, and like I don't want to get into a mask versus unmasked debate, but like I don't know, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to see my friends like not being protected, and it really bothers me. In fact, it really bothers me. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I always do, remind everybody to get vaccinated and wear your mask if you are medically able, of course, and eligible. All of those things are important. And if you are eligible, go ahead and get your booster. like, let's do that. Let's do it. So yeah, that's where things are at for us. That was kind of a little bit of a bummer to return. So anyway, we're looking at virtual school for both kids. Harrison is midway through the enrollment process. So oh my gosh, it's kind of a tricky process right now too, because, and like I get this on the administrative side, I understand it, but it doesn't make me feel more awesome about it. But so in our state, in the state of Oregon, there is a rule. There's a rule this year that says, and I don't know if it was in place before this year. I can't remember. I don't remember if that was the thing. But anyway, it says that only 3% of students in any given district can enroll in virtual charter schools. And our district has already met that. I'm just going to refer to it as like a 3% cap. So our district's already met that. So that means that 3% of our school district students have already enrolled in virtual school. So what that means is now we're having to, like, the first day of school is supposed to be on Tuesday for the virtual school. And so now we're having to possibly start later, possibly like look at other options. I mean, if it came down to it and they said, no, you can't enroll in virtual school, that would be a shame. But I would pull my kids out and I would homeschool them. That is just where I'm at because that's the best choice for my family. And I don't think right now for us that it's safe to send our kiddos to school. So just because, like I said, I have chronic lung disease, I don't know how I would do in a breakthrough case. I don't want to find out necessarily. And yeah, I don't want to find that out the hard way. Like, I'm around a lot of vulnerable people and I would feel awful as well if, you know, I didn't get that sick and then I shared germs with these people that I care very deeply about and they got very sick. I don't think I would handle that very well. I don't think I would handle that very well at all. So I'm just gonna do everything I can to avoid that scenario. So that means that if it came down to it and they were like, we're not gonna let you attend a virtual charter school, I don't know. I would pull my kids out and homeschool them. But that, again, that's just me. That's just what works for my family. Thankfully, we're in a really privileged position that we can do that. And I know that's not an option for everyone. And again, this is not me shaming people who don't make that same choice, who can't make that same choice. You have to do what's right for your family and what's right for your kids and all of the things. So I respect all the choices and I totally get it, but this is just what I feel. This is just what I feel like I have to do right now. So it's kind of a bummer. I'm kind of stressed about it. The other thing is that in our district, so we are in a smaller district. We have like 4 elementary schools, I think, 4 or 5, 1 middle school and 1 high school. There are no charter school options, like no lotteries, no nothing. And I know that that is, again, like a very privileged thing to say because there are lots of districts that don't have options for students, like school choice options. But I feel like if they did say no, I would feel comfortable talking to the superintendent and saying, hey, you don't really offer a lot of choice and this is our situation. We want to come back to your district. Like, that would be, like, in the perfect world, that would be our end goal. Because as an educator, I feel really strongly about like keeping your student dollars in your local school districts. I feel like that's important. Public education is awesome and it's a super cool thing that we are able to offer. It has its areas for improvement as well. I understand that, but overall, like, the idea of public education and of all kids having access to education, it's pretty cool. And if we can come back, that would be my ultimate goal. If we can come back safely, but also if our school decides to go virtual, we will 100% be back. It doesn't sound like that is something that's on the docket. I'm not sure why. It seems like they should have at least a contingency plan for, especially like thinking about teachers. But anyway, so that is our little school debacle, like our little dilemma. It's not a little dilemma, I suppose it's a pretty big one. But that's where we're at. And we are, if you hear any, like, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but if you can hear anything in the background, I have laundry running. Hashtag mom life. I have laundry running, and yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but it is what it is. So I'm going to put a little pumpkin bevy on my Monday. Oh, the other thing I needed to tell you guys is that I have been successfully, well, in my opinion, successfully using Noom, the Noom app. Again, am not sponsored, but if they want to work together, I'm open to that. I've been successfully using their app. I've had some ups and downs, don't get me wrong. Nobody's perfect over here. But I've been doing really well. I feel really good. I've lost a total of 21 pounds so far, and just generally overall, just, I don't know, I feel good. I feel like my clothes are fitting better. I feel healthier. And for me, like the whole feeling healthier thing, like that is goal number one. That is goal number one for me. Hanging around with my kids, like being able to do more active things with them. I just feel like I'm so much in the rhythm now of like doing the things and eating the good foods rather than like looking for a way to not eat the good foods, and it's not good or bad. I shouldn't say that. It's not good or bad foods, but it is just like things that I want to eat more of, things that I want to eat less of. Just overall feeling good. And I think that just, again, having already created those habits prior to the holiday season, I think is gonna be good. We've had another successful COVID chat. Sorry guys, I'm gonna really try to keep that to a minimum, but I feel like something new happens every time. I hope that like in the future I can just say COVID numbers are down and I'm feeling so relieved and I feel so good. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna get some pen on this spread and then I will be right back.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now.
All right, well that was a short little time of adding the pen. So my schedule so far for this week, and of course more things can be added. Feels busy already though, so let's not. But anyway, so we have no school on Monday, which is Labor Day. And that would be, of course, no school for me or for my kiddo, although they're not going to be in school for a few weeks anyway. We'll have to see. Okay, so then day one for me to meet my students is on Tuesday the 7th. I am back to work now. Delilah is taking an art class, which is actually taught by our sweet neighbor, and that's at 6 p.m. And then I don't know why I forgot to put the times on these. I have a cut and color at 10 in the morning on Friday, so I'm actually taking Friday off to go do that. And then no weekend plans yet, but things can happen. And then next week, so my preview for next week, the only thing I have so far is payday on 9/14. And there are a bunch of things that I need to buy, but I need to like look at my Amazon wish list and that kind of thing. And then I want to sit down off camera and make my to-do list so that I don't forget anything. So that is my planner for week 2, I suppose, of September. And I didn't show you my spread. So this is my spread from last week. And yeah, so that's where we're going with that. And I am still loving the dashboard for all things personal, but I'm questioning it for, oh, there is also something. I am so silly. That's this week. Oh, I have 2 more things I need to put on here, you guys. I cannot believe I almost forgot this. Tuesday is the Happy Planner preview. Thursday is the Happy Planner release, and I am feeling excited and also a little bit like, I don't know, like, have you ever just been really frustrated with like a really good friend, but you don't know how to tell them? That's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing, but I guess I have been telling them. So 2 things. So Happy Planner made a sticker book that's called Halloween plus Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, and the presentation of the sticker book is not, like, the stickers are beautiful. Like, I will say the stickers are beautiful, but it blurs the lines between Halloween as like a costumey thing and cultural appropriation, as well as just like overall not being super respectful to the culture. And I know that like not everyone who, you know, celebrates those holidays and that kind of thing feels that way. From what I've been reading on social media, a lot of them do, from what I'm also reading on social media. So I will not be purchasing that sticker book, which it honestly, like, legit kind of pains me a little bit. I'm thinking about just buying like sheets of the Halloween stickers on the buy sell trade groups if I can, because I do like those Halloween stickers, but I don't want to purchase a copy of that sticker book because I wouldn't feel right about that. It doesn't feel very happy. And then also, like, the Happy Planner just announced that they're going to have some price increases, which is fine. Like, I know that things increase and I'm aware, but like, number one, people have purchased Happy Planner in the past because it's a more affordable option. That's like one of the big reasons why people have purchased it. And then number two, you're about to have a release on this Thursday and you just announced that, like, what was that? Like the 5th? So like 4 days before your release. It seems like full transparency would have been letting people know well in advance. And also maybe like saying, oh yeah, the planners used to cost this, now they're gonna cost this. Or like the sticker books were $19.99 pretty much across the board, now they're gonna be this price. It would have been nice to just have like those staple items. Like, I don't need a whole list of like a breakdown, but just like the big things that like many of us purchase and kind of budget for, you know, would have been nice to know like what that price increase was gonna look like. Because now you have a price increase, but you also have that like same $25 or whatever off 150, while Stephanie Fleming and Hannah and all of them made mistakes. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like, and this isn't like me speaking for the community or anything, but like, I feel like they came back and they listened and they wanted to hear what people's feedback was, and if a change was needed, like, that happened sometimes, maybe not in the correct way, but it's just, I don't know, it just felt like there was more connection to the community. And now, like, for all I know, Jeff Bezos runs the Happy Planner, which doesn't feel good. And if there were any other graphics as cute as the Happy Planner in anything else that I liked as much, I don't know if I'd be in a Happy Planner. Like, I just feel very conflicted. I love Happy Planner products and they make my life so productive, and I feel really good in my planners, like when I'm doing my planning, but like just this overall stuff and like seeing my friends get frustrated and people that I really care for and respect getting angry and feeling hurt by some of these things, like, it's not good. I hope that the Happy Planner will do some work on some of those things. So Tuesday is the preview day for the 12-month planner release. So, and I think I talked about this at the top of this video. Happy Planner preview. I have no idea what time that goes live. You guys can let me know in the comments and I'll write it in my planner later. And then the Happy Planner release is on Thursday the 9th at 9. And I think that's PST. All right, so there. Now the important things are all worked out. So yeah, this is my spread for the week. I think it turned out pretty cute. I did grab some extra pumpkins because I'm fine with white space, but this was bothering me a little bit. So I put some more pumpkins in there, some cute little things. So that is how that looks. Actually, I'm thinking about, okay, hold on a minute. Oh my gosh, okay, hold on. I'm actually thinking about taking those all off and putting these little florals and mushrooms and pumpkins and stuff around in that space because it matches a little better. I think I'm going to. So I'm gonna speed this up to music while I do this, and I will see you guys after that's done. Sticker surgery time. Pray for me that my planner pages don't rip.
Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper. Kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper. Kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights. Talked about everything that was on our mind. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.
Well, somebody validate me. Somebody in the comments validate me and tell me that that choice was better. I think it looks cute. I am more happy with how that looks than the pumpkins because I feel like it kind of flows a little bit better, but that's just me. So now, now my spread is done. So excited to have squad girls back in here, and I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I hope that you are your most productive selves. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Caitlin, and I would absolutely love it if you would hit that red subscribe button right down below and go ahead and join me here. Also, make sure your notifications are turned on and they are turned on to all so that you never miss a video. Also, if you are one of my returning followers, thank you so much for all of your love and support. And if you'd like to find me anywhere else, you can find me over on the Spice Chaos podcast. We're back, and we just are launching our September issue for Paper Planner Essentials. So go check me out and all of the planner tea that I'm spilling over there. You can find a link there to purchase your digital or paper copy. And then you can also find me over on, let's see, where else? You can find me all across the interwebs. You can find me here, Instagram, all the places. So make sure that you follow me all over the place. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.